the heck is a Kabuto card going to the frickin' moon? This particular one right here, the first edition one, has gone absolutely parabolic in a very short period of time. And we've seen this before with a lot of different cards, so it must be market manipulation, just like the rest of them. Actually, no, it's kind of funny. This card is going crazy all because of a meme. There's a dude called the Kabuto Master, or the Kabuto Collector, and he's trying to collect as many first edition copies as Kabuto as he can. The community has found it absolutely hilarious. They've all globbed onto it, and they are buying up Kabuto cards left, right, and center. It's literally getting pumped for a meme. And I can tell you what, Mr. Kabuto Master, you aren't gonna get all of them. And those are just the ones I think would grade well. But I guess if you really want them all, I'll sell them all for $100,000. Hey, who knows? Crazier things have happened, right? But in all seriousness, that's why this card is exploding to the frickin' moon. It's just a meme. However, it's led into some interesting conversations about the nature of common and uncommon cards and super old cards. Basically, a lot of people are asking, how many of those cards are out there to this day? Because for first edition cards, it's been anywhere between 25 to 30 years for those. A lot were destroyed, a lot were mistreated, barely any were frickin' graded, which there's a reason for that which we'll get into later. So it's a legitimate question, how many are out there? Well, the reality is a metric crap ton. Remember, Pokemon Company printed anywhere between 1.7 to 2.5 billion cards every single year up until 2020. Then we ratcheted up to 4 billion, then 8 billion, then 12 billion, then 13 billion, 14 billion, and this year I think we're probably going to break 15. That's each year. It's also important to note that there were less sets that came out back then. You'd get 3 or 4, maybe 5 sets a year versus the 7, 8, 9 sets a year we're getting now, which means a lot more of those cards were printed for those particular sets. So there are probably still hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of copies of that card floating around. And even in 20 years in the future, there will still probably be hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of copies of that card floating around. Now, with that said, if you're ever out shopping, if you're ever out looking for collections, first edition commons and uncommons can be some very nice finds. Especially ones you find in good condition, because there are not that many good condition commons and uncommons out there that have been graded. Starters do super well, other popular Pokemon do super well, and sometimes it could be 50 to $100 for a first edition common or uncommon. However, before you jump for joy thinking you found a $1,000 card because it would grade well and it's a common, the caveat is with that, not a lot of collectors collect graded versions of the common and uncommon first edition cards. There are some, sure, but outside of the popular Pokemon, outside of the starters, not a lot of people are paying those prices for the PSA 9s, PSA 10s. So just because you have one doesn't mean it's going to be able to sell easy or you can trade it. You'll have